Hey, future CPAs, if you're an accountancy student here in the Philippines, you know that feeling, right? That little bit of dread when you see a huge accounts receivable problem staring back at you from the page. They're long, they've got a million moving parts, and honestly, they feel like they're designed just to waste your time. Well, today, we are going to fix that for good.
Yeah, does this look familiar? You're looking at this wall of text sales, collections, returns, discounts, write offs, and your brain just kind of short circuits. You start thinking about T accounts and journal entries, all while that exam clock is just ticking away. It is a classic stress point for every single LCPA reviewee. But what if I told you there's a way to slice right through all of that noise? That's what we're doing. We're going to take this topic that feels so confusing and time-consuming, and we're going to turn it into one of your secret weapons. This is bigger than just passing a quiz. This is about building the speed and the confidence you need to absolutely smash the board exams. So let's get into it and turn that confusion into some serious confidence. Okay, so we're going to zero in on one single super powerful tool. I like to call it the AR exam hack, but you'll know it as the Rollforward formula. Seriously, for all those direct computation problems that you see all the time on the LCPA, this is your master key. And here it is, the one formula to rule them all. Go ahead, write it down, take a mental screenshot, whatever you need to do. This is the heart of everything. Your ending accounts receivable is just your beginning balance, plus your new credit sales, minus all the stuff that makes the balance go down: collections, returns, and write-offs. See? It's a totally logical flow that tracks the whole story of your receivables in one simple line. Now, I am absolutely serious about this. For those board exam questions that just ask for the ending AR balance, this formula is your express lane to the right answer. Stop getting lost in a forest of T accounts. Just master this one equation. You need to practice it until it's pure muscle memory. It's going to save you so much time on exam day. But, just memorizing it isn't quite enough. To really own this, let's quickly break down the why behind each piece. Once the logic clicks, I promise you will never forget it. It's really all about one simple question. Does this make the AR go up, or does it make it go down? So let's think about this like a three-step process. First things first, you gotta have a starting point. That's your beginning balance, whatever was left over from the last period. Simple as that. Next up, step 2. You add the only thing that makes your receivables grow: credit sales. That's it. Remember, if the customer paid in cash, it never hits accounts receivable in the first place, so we don't worry about it here. And finally, step 3. You subtract everything that makes that balance shrink. We call these the deductions. So what exactly are they? Let's take a look. This is where it all just makes sense. You subtract cash collections because, well, the customer paid you. The debt's gone. You subtract sales discounts because the customer paid early, so you collected a little less cash. Then you've got sales returns. If they return the stuff, they obviously don't owe you for it anymore. And last, you subtract write-offs. That's you officially saying, all right, we're never getting this money. Every single one of these actions reduces what's owed. Okay, so you've mastered the formula. You're feeling good, but the board examiners, they know this stuff too, and they have a favorite little trick up their sleeves designed to trip you up. I call it the recovery trap, and trust me, after this, you'll spot it from a mile away. This is the question that gets so many people. A customer whose account you totally gave up on, you wrote it off, and suddenly they show up with the money. Your first instinct is probably to think, okay, this has to change the ending balance somehow, right? Well, let's follow the journal entries and see what really happens. See, the proper way to account for a recovery is actually a two-step dance. Step 1, you have to reverse the write-off. You put the receivable back on the books. That's a debit to AR. So for just a split second, your accounts receivable balance actually goes up. But then, boom, immediately in step 2, you record the cash you just received. That's a credit to accounts receivable. So the exact same amount that you just added to AR, you're now taking right back out. So what do you think the final impact is? Exactly. Zero, zilch. A big old goose egg. And that, my friends, is the trap in all its glory. You add it, then you immediately subtract it. So the net effect of a recovery on your final ending accounts receivable balance is absolutely zero. Exam question writers love to throw a recovery number into the problem just to see if you'll get confused and add it or subtract it. Don't you fall for it. It has no effect. All right, enough with the theory. let's put this hack to the test with a problem that looks like it was ripped straight from a past board exam. We're going to use our master formula and see how fast we can get to the right answer. Okay, let's plug and play. We start with our beginning AR of 2 million pesos. Easy. Add the credit sales of 7.2 million. Now we just start subtracting. We take out the 720,000 for collections with a discount, then another 5.94 million for the rest of the collections, then subtract 80,000 for sales returns, and finally subtract 60,000 for the write-offs. And hey, notice what's missing from our calculation? That tricky recovery amount. We just ignore it completely. And there you have it. You run the math, and you'll land on a clean 2.4 million pesos. How easy was that? No messy T accounts, no complicated journal entries, just one direct calculation that gets you the right answer in like a tenth of the time. This is how you bank those points on the exam. Now, to make sure all of this sticks in your brain, not just for tomorrow's quiz, but all the way to the LECPA, let's do a super quick rapid-fire review. Think of these as your study hacks for maximum retention. All right, here we go. First, that formula has to become your best friend. Beginning plus credit sales minus deductions equals ending. 2, the only addition is credit sales. 3, your main deductions are collections, returns, and write-offs. 4, and this is the big one, recoveries have 0 net effect on the ending balance. Don't forget the trap. 5, always read the fine print for any sales discount info. And finally, practice this direct method until you can do it in your sleep. And just remember why we even learn this stuff. It's not just to pass an exam. As this quote points out, understanding receivables is critical in the real world. It's all about a company's cash flow, its liquidity, its actual financial health. So what you're mastering right now is a really important skill. So there you have it. You now have the master key for AR problems. You're going to be faster, you're going to be more accurate, and you're ready for those trick questions. So get out there, use this hack, and start building that board exam confidence. The only question is, what topic are you going to conquer next? Thanks for tuning in.